In the winter of 1643, the Royalist army under Prince Maurice had closed in on Plymouth. In the town itself there were a significant number of Royalists, but because of there was nobody around Plymouth and only Sir John Digby, these people kept underground, like a fifth column if you like. Now, Colonel James Wardlaw, who was governor of Plymouth, the military side of Plymouth, and Mayor John Cawes were concerned about this, especially with the Royalists so close. They feared sabotage. So what they did, they made up a proclamation. They wrote a vowing proclamation, and on November the 4th, this was printed up. And the next day, Governor Wardlaw led the population in attesting to this vowing protestation, swearing an oath that they would defend Plymouth and not betray Plymouth. Anyone who refused to take this oath would be carefully watched. And these notices were pinned up around the fortifications and important parts of Plymouth and read out on the 5th of November. Everybody said their name and repeated the vowing protestation.
I am a soldier in Colonel William Gold's regiment, and I am here instructed to nail this protestation to this door here in this building. I'm now going to read it to you. I, Nathaniel Fletcher, in the presence of Almighty God, do vow and protest that I will do the utmost of my power, by God's assistance, faithfully maintain and defend the towns of Plymouth and Stonehouse, the fort and island, with all the outwork works and fortifications to the same, belonging against all forces now raised against the said towns of Plymouth and Stonehouse, the fort and island, or any part thereof, or shall be raised by any power or authority whatsoever, without the consent and authority of both Houses of Parliament. Neither will I, by way or means whatsoever, contrive or consent to the giving up of the towns and fortifications aforesaid, or any parcel of them, into the hands of any person or persons whatsoever, without the consent of both Houses of Parliament, or of such as are authorised thereunto by them. Neither will I, by God's grace, raise, nor consent to the raising of any force or tumult, or will I by any way or means give, or yield to the giving of any advice, counsel, or intelligence, to the prejudice of the said towns and fortifications, either in whole or in part, but will, with all possible speed, faithfully discover to the Mayor of Plymouth and to the Commander-in-Chief there whatsoever design I shall know or hear of hurtful thereunto. Neither have I accepted any pardon or protection, nor will I accept any protection from the enemy. And this vow and protestation I make without any equivocation and mental reservation whatsoever, believing that I cannot be absolved from this my vow and protestation, and wishing no blessing from God on myself or my posterity, if I do not truly and sincerely perform the same. So help me God.
So what's all this about then, Phil?
Well, what it was just to get the people of Plymouth behind him. It was like a propaganda show, really. Colonel Wardlaw and the mayor wanted the support of the Plymouth people. Anyone who refused to sign this, or not sign it, who agreed to say it, to give their loyalty, if you like, were watched, carefully watched. Now, towards the end of the siege, long before Prince Maurice went away, there was an incident where two men left the town and tried to betray Plymouth to Prince Maurice. And they must have agreed to this, or perhaps they didn't. Pike and Collins, Moses Pike and Henry Collins, two well-known traitors who left and gave information which led to the fighting on the Sabbath day when Plymouth was almost taken. But by agreeing to this, they got the population behind them.